What would you do if you found a recording of your wife practicing a 911 call, pretending she'd just found you dead? The glowing screen of my phone at 2 a.m. illuminated the chilling waveform, a digital blueprint of her rehearsed grief. It wasn't a dream, not a nightmare, but a cold, calculated reality playing out in the silence of our Los Angeles home, just off Sunset Boulevard. Her voice, usually so sweet, was laced with a theatrical tremor, a performance designed to fool emergency services, to fool everyone. My heart hammered against my ribs, a frantic drumbeat against the impending doom I now knew she planned. The mystery wasn't if she was capable, but when and how she intended to make me disappear. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel, tell us where you're from, and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. The discovery wasn't sudden. It was a slow, agonizing unraveling, like watching a beautiful tapestry fray thread by thread. For months, I'd felt a shift. Sarah, my wife of 15 years, had grown distant, her eyes holding a new, unsettling glint. Late nights at her marketing conferences in downtown Chicago, vague excuses, a sudden obsession with her phone, always face down, always locked. I dismissed it at first. Marriage has its ebbs and flows, right? But the unease festered, a cold knot in my stomach. No amount of rationalization could loosen it. Then came the strange behaviors. A new, expensive watch she claimed was a client gift, a sudden interest in my life insurance policy. Framed as responsible planning, her once warm touch became perfunctory, her kisses hollow. I started noticing the small things. A receipt for a high-end restaurant in Miami, dated when she was supposedly visiting her sister in Dallas. A text notification flashing on her screen, quickly dismissed. From a contact saved only as work, the name was generic, but the emoji next to it was anything but. One Tuesday, while she was working late, I found her iPad unlocked on the kitchen counter. Curiosity, or perhaps a desperate need for reassurance, gnawed at me. I scrolled through her recent files, my fingers trembling. That's when I saw it. A folder labeled Project X inside, among mundane work documents, was an audio file. 911 practice final. The world tilted. I pressed play, and her voice, so familiar yet utterly alien, filled the quiet room. My husband. He's not breathing. I just found him. The words were a dagger, each one twisting deeper. The humiliation was a physical weight, crushing me. My wife, the woman I loved, the mother of our children, was planning my murder, and she was cheating. The texts confirmed it. A man named Mark, her colleague, exchanging explicit messages, planning their future, a future without me. He was smug, confident, calling her my queen. I saw photos of them together, laughing, touching in a hotel suite in New York City, the same dates as her marketing conferences. My world, built on trust and love, shattered into a million irreparable pieces. Sarah became a phantom, a beautiful, venomous ghost haunting my home. She was colder, more manipulative than I could have imagined. She'd leave her phone strategically placed, just out of reach, knowing I was watching, testing me. Her eyes, when they met mine, were devoid of warmth, replaced by a calculating emptiness. She'd subtly gaslight me, questioning my memory, my sanity, whenever I brought up her odd hours or distant behavior. "You're imagining things, David. You've been stressed lately." Her words were poison, designed to isolate me, to make me doubt myself. Mark, the affair partner, even had the audacity to call our home once, asking for Sarah, his voice dripping with false concern. He felt untouchable, protected by Sarah's lies and my perceived ignorance. I broke. I truly broke. The nights were a blur of sleeplessness, the days a fog of despair. I'd sit in our living room staring at the framed wedding photos, seeing not love, but a grotesque lie. The pain was so profound, so all-consuming, that for a moment I understood her plan. It would be an escape, but then a flicker. A spark of something cold and hard ignited within me. Not despair, but resolve. If she wanted a war, she would get one, and I would win. My emotional breakdown was a turning point. It allowed me to shed the loyal, trusting husband and embrace the strategic, ruthless man I needed to become. I started gathering proof, meticulously, silently. I installed hidden cameras in the house, not to catch her, but to document her behavior, her coldness, her calculated movements. I hired a private investigator, a quiet man named Frank, from a discreet office in a nondescript building in downtown Miami. He confirmed everything, providing irrefutable evidence of Sarah and Mark's affair. Their clandestine meetings in hotel rooms across the country, their plans to handle me. He even found a burner phone Sarah used, filled with more incriminating texts and calls. The 911 recording was the key, the motive, the undeniable proof of her intent. I began setting my traps, legal first. I consulted with a divorce attorney, a sharp woman named Ms. Albright, whose office overlooked Central Park. I presented her with the mountain of evidence, the audio recording, the texts, the photos, the PI reports. Her eyes widened as she listened, her expression shifting from professional detachment to grim determination. "This isn't just divorce, Mr. Miller," she said, her voice low. "This is attempted murder and fraud. We drafted a comprehensive legal strategy, focusing on asset forfeiture, child custody, and criminal charges. Socially, I moved with equal precision. I subtly reached out to mutual friends, planting seeds of doubt, sharing concerns about Sarah's recent behavior, her stress, her unusual absences. I didn't accuse, I merely observed, letting their own observations fill in the blanks. I contacted her company's HR department, anonymously at first, then with increasing specificity, detailing the affair with Mark, the misuse of company funds. For their trips, the ethical breaches. I knew Sarah valued her reputation, her carefully constructed image of success and virtue. I would dismantle it, piece by agonizing piece. The public exposure was brutal, swift, and utterly devastating for Sarah. It began with the divorce papers, served to her at her office in front of her colleagues, detailing not just infidelity, but the chilling 911 recording and the intent to defraud. The criminal charges followed, filed by the district attorney's office. In Los Angeles, based on the evidence I had so carefully collected, the news spread like wildfire through our social circles, then to her company, and finally to the local news outlets. The story of the cheating wife's 911 plot became a sensation, a cautionary tale. Sarah was completely ruined. What? Her career evaporated overnight. Her friends, disgusted by the revelations, abandoned her. Her family, horrified, disowned her. The legal battles stripped her of everything. Our home, her assets, her reputation. She faced prison time, a consequence she never anticipated. Mark, the smug affair partner, was fired from his job, his own marriage dissolving, his life in shambles. He was a coward, crumbling under the pressure, testifying against Sarah in exchange for a lighter sentence. I watched it all unfold, not with triumph, but with a quiet, haunting emptiness. The revenge was complete, but it brought no joy, only a profound sense of finality. The woman I loved was gone, replaced by a stranger who had tried to erase me. And in erasing her, I had erased a part of myself too. The silence in the house was deafening now, a constant reminder of what was lost and what was irrevocably broken. The end.